It's week 16 of the NFL, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Elks and the River Hogs on Thursday night primetime.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth...
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go here on a Thursday night. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led out by the man from Purdue, their quarterback, Aiden O'Connell.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On first down, right back to Robinson. Plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. There you get a look at Nico. He did a job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. They need 8 as they come up for third down. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On fourth down, here comes the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I think when you go and watch last week's game, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away, made him go to a second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
So that'll move them back half the distance, and they'll try again. Now, wait. He'll pop this ahead for about 4. Third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll try to run for it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on third down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
They put Wilson in motion. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
On second down, Stroud. He gets that complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Got that, and a give to White. He'll be brought after a short pickup to about the 29. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. McBride is the motion man. On and down throw for Stroud. He'll find his man, Mecole Hardman. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. Here's White. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to air this one out. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Now Stroud. The ball's out. The defense has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The River Hogs offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And he is the NFL leading rusher here in the month of December. A strong finish in the final stretch could earn him the crown. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Matt Milano there to stop him. They face 2nd down and 7. Now O'Connell. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. To the goal line and in. Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown, River Hogs. That is first touchdown this year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Elks offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. Finding room across midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. That was a big-time run by White. An even 40 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Stroud to throw. He'll get that to Wilson. After the catch, he gets that for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun. This is White.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll take it on in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Elks will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Justice Hill to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. O'Connell to throw on first down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's O'Connell. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Elks offense headed back to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Taking a shot downfield for Adams. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Stroud. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
He's into space past the 25. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. on play action. Stroud. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with White. Good blocking, and he's in. Rashad White. Touchdown, Elks. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Elks will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The River Hogs offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Matt Milano there to stop him. 2nd down and 8. O'Connell to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's O'Connell. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away and probably should have just thrown it away.
On comes Thomas Morstead as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Elks offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That one is complete to Hardman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, it's White. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. To throw is Stroud. Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain there of 11. That's enough for a 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. And he gets that to Hardman. And he's in! Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Elks. second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Elks will take a 21-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The River Hogs offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is O'Connell. Left side in the hands of London. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. Now a timeout for injury. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
This has been a first half to forget on their offensive side of the ball. It just seems like it's been a snowball effect. Bad plays are leading to even worse plays, and that sack being the largest setback in the game, that's been full of them.
Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Another run here for Robinson. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. First and goal coming up.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Justice Hill. Touchdown, River Hogs. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Here's first and 10. They put Adams in motion. On first and 10, here's Stroud. Finding space at the 40. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. On first down, it's White. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They put Adams in motion. On first down, it's Stroud. To the left side, and Adams has it. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Here's a give up the middle with White. He'll manage only a couple. Stop made by Samson Ebukam. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Off he goes.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Now, Stroud. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Rashad White out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second and goal. Stroud going to set up to throw. That is caught. And he's in. Trey McBride Touchdown, Elks. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Elks have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He'll drop to throw. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away. Back to the air once more on second down. That is caught left side by Waddle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll look to throw again. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. He'll look to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Third and long. Now they'll set up to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Great games coming up in Week 16. Starting on Saturday, a 1 o'clock kick between the Texans and Chiefs at Arrowhead. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then two more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Elks offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. This throw right side is caught by Adams. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Stroud to throw here on first down. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 2. On the give, it's White. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Stroud. And it will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. McBride is the motion man. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. That one is complete to Hardman. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll run over center with White. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And he will score. Rashad White. Touchdown, Elks. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. As we get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, he sets the pace here as we get to the latter stages of the season. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On first down, right back to Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now this time, they'll look to throw. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
On 2nd down, Stroud. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's White. And he'll work his way forward to about the 30-yard line. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. Back deep is Darius Davis. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Matt Milano there to stop him. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
The River Hogs bring out their punting squad as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And this is gonna be a beauty. Touchdown at the 2-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run by White. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. They'll send their tight end left. they will not get the snap off in time, and it's going to back them up halfway. That'll march them back half the distance, and they'll go from there. They run with White, and that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Throwing is Stroud. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And a short pickup, too, about the 42-yard line. On the option, here's Robinson. Woo! And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a first down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Now he'll run it. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
There he goes again. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. 2nd and 7. And here's Bijan. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Lutz's kick is good. And the River Hogs are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Rachaad White ready for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. They put Adams in motion. A second down throw for Stroud. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. To throw is Stroud. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The defense has got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
Moore going in motion. They didn't fool anyone. Tried the speed, but did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Sending it deep for Waddle. And the Elks are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it has been a rough night at the office. We go through the highlights. They are really lowlights. Relentless pressure. Receivers unable to get open. They cannot connect in the passing game. It has been a night to forget for the quarterback. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll tuck it and take off. And with defenders closing in, he says enough is enough and slides to a halt there. A big play there on the scramble. 33 yards. 1st and 10. They put Adams in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he gets that to Hardman. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
On play action, Stroud. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They put Adams in motion. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's got it inside the 5. He is in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Elks. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Gay to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Elks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So, after the touchdown, here's Gabe to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The River Hogs offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. And that is caught. Well, he stayed in bounds. A terrific catch. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Thrown quickly. That's more on the RPO. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Oh, run play. This is Hill.
So you find yourself in 2nd and long. What you're thinking here as the play caller is just get this into a manageable 3rd down situation. But after that rush attempt and that big gain, they now find themselves in 3rd and short, which makes it nice. They can run or pass.
He'll try, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, River Hogs. Well, Greg, really down to the point where every possession they need to score, and they get a touchdown here to stay alive.
Mike, I like what I'm seeing out of this team. They find themselves down big late, but there's no quit. They're continuing to fight back, and they got a chance to make this one a 2-possession game here late.
A dive, and he's in. The 2-point conversion is successful.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short-yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Elks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. On 2nd down, a run with White. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. Stroud. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. The give to White. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll go again with White. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. The Elks getting set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's caught right side. It's London. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
You have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline. It just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
A 1-score game late. They got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.